Welcome to the world of real estate investment. My name is Kris Krohn, and today I want to share with you how to make $50,000 on your first real estate deal. So check it out. When I got started in the game of real estate, I made $65,000 on my first property. I made $130,000 on my second property, but I didn't do this through flipping. I basically compared all known real estate strategies. I put 30 of them into a mathematical algorithm, and I basically had one strategy lead ahead all the rest. And what I want to do with you is I want to share that strategy, and I want to share with you the 4 steps of making $50,000 on your first deal. Now, before we jump into this, you are going to want pen and paper. And if you're new to my channel and if this is useful, you're going to want to subscribe and come back often, because I retired at the age of 26, and now the last 13 years of my life have been spent traveling the world doing amazing things. And in the last few years, I've felt inspired to make a series of videos that can help people get started. The reason why is because one of my family members, my brother, he got started in real estate. He's 8 years younger than me. He crushed it on his first house, his second home. Now he's bought several homes, and he doesn't have a job anymore. He's living life on his terms. He's living it the way that he wants. And over the years, I've been able to do that literally with thousands of people. And today, I'm going to do that with you. So in making this video, one of the things that I want you to understand is that real estate, it takes the right kind of mindset that says good deals exist, because a lot of people out there in the real estate world actually don't know that there are good deals that are available. In fact, the deal of the decade, like the one that you're waiting for. In my world, it comes along every single day. You just got to learn how to find them. So take out pen and paper, school is in session, and I want to share with you the 4 steps to making 50 grand on your very first deal. Number 1, motivated seller. A motivated seller is somebody who basically has a property and they are a don't wanter. They don't want that property anymore. Don't want her, that's the lingo. You want to write that one down and learn it. So there are these people out there that basically there was a death in the family, there was a divorce, or they're relocating, or they're moving, or they just don't care. Things happen in life, and those are the reasons why people sell properties. Now, a lot of people, they're moving on with their life, but some become what's called a motivated seller. A motivated seller is somebody that has a problem and they need a solution. You are going to make $50,000 by providing a solution to somebody. Solution they need out. Now, there's a lot of ways that you can help this individual, but bottom line is they need someone else to control the property. They would love to sell it to you or have you take over. And there's a couple of different strategies that I'll share with you in the link that is in the description below, where you can go where me and my team can actually help you do this. Now, let's just assume for a moment that you find a motivated seller that basically says, I got a house, I'm a don't wanter, I need to give it to somebody. Step 2 is you need to negotiate a good deal. Now, the solution for them is they need to get out, but you got to make sure that it is worth your while. Now, a good deal for me normally means a good ROI, and that starts with good equity. Am I buying this property below market? Am I getting it for a good deal? If this home is worth $200,000 and I can get it for $170,000, that's a 15% margin. I'm getting it 15% below market. It's worth $200,000, I'm getting it for $170,000, that's $30,000 of equity. 30 grand is most definitely part of 50 grand, okay? So in negotiating a good deal, I also got to know if it's a good deal. So the 3rd step is I actually need to verify it with what's called a CMA. You see, in the world of real estate, a home is only worth what someone is willing to pay for it. Now, if you're willing to pay for it, that doesn't mean that's what it's worth. If I buy it for $170,000, it doesn't mean that it's worth $170,000, but it means that's what I was willing to buy it for. The only way to know whether someone actually would pay $200,000 for it is to verify. A CMA stands for a comparable market analysis. And basically CMA essentially means that you're going to look in a half a mile radius on the homes that are most similar. In my book, The Straight Path to Real Estate Wealth, you can go to my website, also in the link below, get a copy of my book, and actually walk you through how to do this. But when you do a comparable market analysis, you're basically comparing this home to all the other homes that have sold in the last 6 months that are in the area. And you might find it's like, weird, this home is just like this one and it sold for $200,000. And this home's a little different, and the system will adjust, some of the, but it was also worth maybe, $200,000. And you find that 5 homes have sold for $200,000 and you can get yours for $170,000. That's the best verification that you can do. So I do my verification with a CMA, a comparable market analysis. That's going to verify that I'm getting a good deal. Now, we found the motivated seller, we negotiated a good deal, we checked that we had a good deal, and now if you want to make the $50,000, it all comes down to these two words, exit strategy. There are different ways to disposition this property so you can get paid the $50,000. For example, one of the things that you could do is just flip it. But we just said that there's $30,000 of equity, which is common. You can find 15% equity on properties all day long. But if you were to just hurry and sell it, you've got selling costs and you've got this and that, you might only clear $5,000 or $10,000, so that's not 50 grand. My favorite strategy that I want to share with you, and we're going to use this as an example, if there was a house that has a value of 200 grand and we can purchase it for 170 grand, how do we actually make 50,000 on this house? Well, I learned that the number one strategy, I call it compassionate financing. It's a special lease option system. It's something you can do in your backyard, wherever you live. You negotiate a house, for example, like this, and the exit strategy on it is going to be pretty simple. You're actually going to do a lease option, and you can watch some of my other videos on this channel about what a lease option is, or download my book and get it. But frankly, if you click the link in the description, you'll learn whatever you need to about it. A lease option, in an average situation, you're going to find a family that doesn't want to rent it, they want to buy it, but they need some time. So this is a form of seller financing. That's a new term. That means I now have the property and I'm trying to finance it like a bank would. And I'm going to do that through my lease option. So let's say as a down payment, they're going to give me $5,000. That's non-refundable. I get to keep that money. Let's say my mortgage on this house is $1,000 a month, but let's say that they'll actually pay $1,400 a month. So now I have $400 a month of cash flow. Well, now you have an asset that's producing $400 a month. You got paid $5 grand up front. You're going to make basically $5 grand a year. They're going to cover all the repairs. They're going to pay for everything on this property. And so if you're making $5 grand up front and roughly $5,000 a month, and let's say that you do this for 5 years, 5, 10, 15, 20, $25,000 plus the $5 grand you made up front, $30,000. Now you go to sell this home, you have $30,000 of equity, but guess what's also happened in 5 years? Maybe you've paid it down to $160,000, not $170,000, and maybe it's gone up to $220,000. So my spread is, I owe $160,000, it's worth $220,000. That's a $60,000 spread plus the $30,000, $60,000, that's $90,000. Now let's say I pass some of the benefit on to them for buying the house and I don't have realtor fees, I don't have closing costs. So maybe I make $70,000 on the home. Maybe I make $60,000 on the home. Am I going to clear in that scenario $50,000 on the home? Yes, I am. Now one of you is going to be a smart A and you're going to say, what happens if the market goes down? Well, first of all, we've hedged ourselves. That's why you need to read the book. We're buying things below the market, and we're also buying things below the median, which means at least in America right now, the average homes are selling for $220,000, $230,000, $240,000. We're buying it below that. That creates safety. When the bubble pops, high-priced homes experience it. Middle-priced homes experience. Low-priced homes, it's like a bump in the road. Worst-case scenario, we just keep renting it and making even more money so that when we eventually sell it, we're not going to make 50 grand, maybe we'll make 100,000. The second property I ever bought, I used this strategy. I held on to the home for 10 years. And when I finally had a family come in that actually bought it and executed it, I made over $130,000. So friends, this strategy I'm sharing with you, when we talk about making $50,000 on your first deal, is this real? Is this real money? This is real money. I know because I've done it now thousands of times. I've done it on nearly $1 billion worth of real estate. And today, while I have this incredible life of freedom and I get to go and do so many different things with my life, one of the ways that I garner purpose in my life is by helping people get started and getting the advanced training that I wish I had when I got started. So if you're ready to start your journey of wealth creation, I want you to click the link in the description below, and there you're going to find the tools and resources to actually get a consultation, meet me with my team, speak with them. They'll put themselves in your shoes and share with you exactly what I did when I got started to see if it actually will work for you. And if it will, guess what? Then this one video will have absolutely started your journey to creating wealth in your life. Thank you so much for watching today. Make sure that you do subscribe. We'll see you on the next video.